Alright, everybody. So I do got a Uranus video up here, and now I'm going to do a drama, like a sequel to it. I think it's going to be very interesting. So, like I said, one of my videos, if you put one, Uranus is, that video is all about what the fuck around. So, let's get into it a little bit more deeper. You're going to hear me when I channel the energy, so you know whether you want to watch this video. Just listen to how I'm going to connect to the universe and my tarot cards to channel these messages, right? So if you like the way that I'm asking the cards to be presented, then stay tuned through the whole video. Okay? I hope you can make it that long. Let's see. Brighten it up a little bit more. So, hey universe. Connecting with me, I believe that we all have a ravel. Whether we use the terminology comet, which comet is more of a new age communication. We have a ravel, whether it comes with the storyline of our twin flame to our personal storyline of the things that we have done, and when the energy dissolves and transforms itself, it creates rivalries. So I'm coming to you now in your game energy, your gaming energy of rivals. What is, for whoever this message belongs to, what is their rival energy vibration concentrating on when it comes to the person that's viewing the video? What is their rival concentrating on? What is that energy that's coming off? Alright, let's start with the 3 cards. Let's start with the number 3, because we waiting. So the person that's watching the video might be waiting, or maybe they are receiving it. So I judge it between 3 to 4 cards to define whether they already in the energy or whether they are waiting on the energy. And this video is more of a preparation. Okay, I have 1 card. I have another card. Alright, either 1 or 2 more cards to come out here. By these images, it looks like there's going to be 2 more cards that come out. By the way, these cards that came out. Alright, there's 1 more card, isn't it? Oh, they did come out. It was 2. Okay, there you go. I knew it was going to be 2. So this person is already in this energy. This video is going to relate to somebody who's already into their rivals slash karmatic person energy that they send into them. So we have the Justice card. We have the Justice card and the Chariot that has came out. So this person seems like they praying, or they praying on, they care. This person is really into your success, right? How successful you be. It's like a money entanglement type of success. So where they want to focus at is more when it comes to you. They want to drain your luck, your wealth, right? So this could affect you in many ways. It could make you look older than what you are, depending on the effects in how they chanting this spirit right here, or chanting this energy. Depending on, it seems like y'all already really have encountered or somewhere have crossed paths. And being that spirituality is very high at this present time, a lot of people is on their journey to find their quests. So it could have been, it can be a situation where one person, well, let's say, the person that's watching this video, say you did a money spell or something like that. And when you did this money spell, this other person, maybe they did like a twin flame, went to somebody, some practitioner, and tried to do a twin flame reading, or maybe they got a natal chart reading by somebody. So this person might have became aware, like, hey, depending on the way the question is asked and how it came around, they could have been aware that you was on their path line, because it's a lot of attention up in here. They knew that you was meant to cross into their life, their purpose. It's almost like the fairy tale story of Snow White and the Huntsman, which is more update, right? Where Snow White mother Snow White aunt, you know what I'm saying, wanted to drain her own energy because of beauty and everything else. She knew that her sister was having a daughter that was going to destroy her. So it's one of those kind of things, you know. I'm using my TV series tarot for this too, to be very dramatic. You really have to, when you into this rivalry energy, I have to set myself into the drama mode to comfortably receive these messages. Now with the Chariot, why the Chariot is in reverse and the Justice card is in reverse is because when it comes out, we have that Ace of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles, which is talking about it, right? So with these attentions that somebody used based on their practice, so say they use Wiccan practice on it, right? Of the form of dark magic, more of a Wiccan style, dark magic style. When they up in here and say that you feel like you use Wiccan white magic for a money spell. Alright. So both of y'all spell works then clash. And now it's like both of y'all meeting each other in the ether. Y'all don't have like a physical confirmation of y'all selves. Okay? It's no true physical confirmation that y'all have met. By the way, I'm looking at this, and another reason why the Justice card and the Chariot has came out is more perceived in the fact that it's higher energy. It gives me that y'all done met in ether by y'all own personal desires. So like Uranus and Pluto could really do the fuck around with this kind of situation here. Especially with the fact that you had an Ace of Swords and a Ten of Pentacles. So let me get some clarification here. And I have a separate deck for clarification. Alright. Now the shadow card to make sure I'm on the right path for the first 4 cards before I start pulling some more. What we have right there. Oh, look at there, the moon card. So that's very much heart of the womb. And also where I say y'all done met at ether. It's like you having an ether battle with somebody that's inside of this transformative energy within both of y'all lifelines. Now y'all could have counted each other in past lifetimes. Like one of y'all could have been working for a bank and been a mortgage loan, and the other person could have been losing their house, and they could have blamed you for it. You know, it's really small segments of life that get broke back down and transformed into many multiple situations. And And I'm saying that because maybe personally somebody could be going through a mortgage problem when it's talking about the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. Somebody could be having a relationship issue and their relationship is valued under principalities of finances. And with this relationship issue, their finances is getting determined. Now, it's potentially that both of y'all could both be going through it, especially with the Ace of Swords, and that y'all meeting in the ether. So, can I get clarification of this Ace of Swords and this Ten of Pentacles here? See, I love this Ten of Pentacles because you could see the royalty in it. You could tell that it's all about wealth right here. It's not all about, yeah, it's all about wealth. But see, where your natal chart and wealth might be at is most likely kind of is maybe with this Mercury, and it will be potentially anyway. We have Mercury in opposition with Uranus, and we had a moon in opposition with Uranus. So technically this is a time frame of really knowing where your wealth at in your natal chart and how it's allocated for you to kind of defend yourself with this energy here, right? Because you're meeting in the ether, so you gotta go through a ether door, and the most closest ether door that anybody has is their natal chart, and being able to see where everything navigate. And even so, like, it's nothing wrong with connecting with, say you don't know your birth time, right? There's many creative processes. Like, people lie all the time about their birth time. It's a lot of people you'll be shocked that really don't know their birth time, right? So when it comes to something like this, message is resonating for you, and you go up there and you like go to one of the places that give you free natal charts, right? So go up there and like think about the first number that comes to your head, because it used, I think, well, astroseek.com used military time. So being that it used military time, you have the biggest number is from 0 to 24 for you. So think about the situation you got going on and hit whatever 0 to 24. Now, that what I'm saying is because you're going to mix in the alchemy of what was before and what is now within Uranus retrograde energy inside of the 5th house, right? So you got to match that 5th house energy with creativity. So program yourself from 0 to 24, and when you're going out there, what number between that comes up, put in that time, okay? And then maybe you could, and then, you know, go to where you was born at. Put it on up inside of there. See what comes out for you, okay? It's going to be something, when you get up there, you're going to look, whether it's something that make you say, ah, or whatever it is. It's going to be something, even if your brain connects with, oh, this house represents wealth, or this zodiac sign represents wealth. Just know thyself when you're going up in there, because all of that would be aligning with the creative process of the energy that goes on, especially with Uranus having a sextile with Neptune and having a trine with Pluto. So you even in your creative process is also like in the ether, your ability to create a protective shield, or maybe you already have done a protective spell, so you'll be working in alignment also with your protective spell as you search your answers. So if this person has seeked natal energy, and this person has seeked out things to try to do generation curses and to, you know, maybe cut cords and stuff like that, you won't be walking in there from the blind side of it. You'll be more or less covered at the same time. So it's not nothing wrong with you being creative within this energy right here. And that's probably what the Ace of Swords is speaking at. And also with the Ten of Pentacles and the fact that we have the Chariot in reverse. And I forgot, we also have the Moon card. We also have the Moon card as the shadow dynamic. So that's like breaking your mental brain from thinking that you'll be fraudulent or you'll be fake. Because technically having those kind of thoughts is kind of like what you walking into, because you not yourself in the ether. It's something that was part of who you was once upon a time. So the fraudulent and all of that could be the very impact. It's just like breaking when astronauts going down in space and they got to break that atmosphere, quote unquote, right? So consider your atmosphere in a human form. All right, let me get back on clarification. Now I have a 2-card clarification here for the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. So like I said before, when I saw the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Swords is representing the ether effect. So what has came out is the Seven of Bats and the High Priestess here, okay? So the Seven of Bats is the tricky part. Like, you might, for example, Seven of Swords, when we talking about this energy, right? You could be feeling like somebody really live, like all just aside, it's somebody that's close to you right now that's probably perking your nerves, whether it's a co-worker, niece, nephew, whatever the situation is. There's probably a situation that's live, really irritating you, and that's just like your primary focus, which is cool, but that focus, that energy, is still all about money. It's still about wealth. It's still about inheritance. It's still about all those main important attributes that you need to survive. It's not exempting that type of environment that is placed here, okay? The environment is still the same. It's not shifting that. And that's why the High Priestess is here, because just like I said, y'all in the ether. You're in the ether of it, okay? So you and your rival have not in this lifetime came across each other. But what y'all have in common and what everybody else have in common is spirituality. And everybody is in the world of trying to find themselves. So it's easy for somebody to do a money spell and everything, and all that kind of stuff. You know, like me, for example. All right. Two of my soul contracts that I have here. Okay, one of those persons is a fixed sign. The other one is a mutable sign. So what I had to realize with them having a mutable sign, that this person came with also other soul contracts. So sometimes they have already came across their other soul contracts. So their soul contract people is in spirituality. So that's why I could speak of this, right? And this person is very serious, and they have more of a business contract with each other than me and that soul contract. But what I'm really trying to say is the mutability was the hardest part for me to understand. The link, I had to go down that rabbit hole. And when I went down that rabbit hole, it was quite disturbing, because it's like she would literally try to drain the fuck out of me because she really wants to be that top bitch. Just her natural being in herself, she wants to be that top bitch. So when certain things that I realized that I have done, and when it came to things that he done, it opened up doors for people who is just as wise in the spiritual realm to take advantage of people who don't. And they could feed off of your energy for a good little while. And then when you wake up, that's where I'm trying to explain the justice and the chariot, when sometimes people say what is meant for you, they can't take. Now you're going to go through trials and tribulations. So feeling like if you hold on to that saying, that's going to be a very depressing saying. What you need to realize is it is some things that got modified. And the fact that you and this person, just like you look in this world, is you can find 5 people driving a Honda Accord. So you have to look at it as the fact it's enough for everybody to go around. You have to figure out where the prey of the weakness of it at. And that's where I had to come conscious about. Okay? I had to accept the fact that he has a powerful soul contract with somebody else. See what I'm saying? That's where that 7 of Swords is at, and that High Priestess. Sometimes we do not have all the information. But just because we don't have all the information, it can feel neglected. You can have a lot of things to go on in your regular life, yeah. You know, but when it's time for that information to come, is when it's going to come. So what else right here? What can the viewer do in this situation? What is really honestly the best advice for this viewer to handle this energy with your Uranus and Neptune and Pluto? Like, can we get a little bit of navigation here? So let's do 3 cards for navigation. Let's see where we could go here with this. Where is this going to go, or rather, tell us what it's supposed to go, or how we go through it. Something here in 3 cards, please. Okay, we have 1. We had a 5 of Pentacles so far. Well, it looked like up in the ether. You know what I'm saying? It might have to be a little spiritual war. It's going to be like especially with the 8 of Cups that's walking here. And the 5 of Cups that's here. Alright. What's the shadow card here? We have the 7 of Pentacles. So we're talking about a little bit of reaping what you sow. You know, especially when we're talking about Tarzan and this situation. So Tarzan was a little bit abandoned, and for some reason, if the story is perceived to be true, right, what made apes the ability to really actually take care of a human? So it's like in the ether part of it, right? It's almost like how do you battle in the ether and prevent it from coming into that pinnacle? How do you have what happened into the ether? That's the way to say it. Here go the best way to say it. How do you have what happened in the ether turn out to be a good crop harvest? How do you make that happen, right? When you up there, like you got different moral values. So, you know, you walking in from it right here. You know what I'm saying? You're walking into it with a little bit of not a lot. So you see you're going to the ether, right? It has to be there. But the 5 of Pentacles is here. It's like, but the shit that I got going on right here, I don't fucking see how the fuck that shit relates to another motherfucker doing something in the fucking ether. Motherfucker, what the fuck is you talking about? I don't see that shit. I see this fucked up shit right here, right? I see this fucked up shit that's going on the fuck before me. But it's trying to tell you, your ether is all about your imagination. Especially with Uranus being in the 5th house right now. Your imagination is a motherfucker, right? You need to just go ahead and just take that ride to the ether. Whether it's all about you creating a chat of when you get to go to sleep at night. Show me this motherfucker. 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 And take that as step 1. Right? And when your dreams come to you and start showing you the motherfucker, right? Then you got to sit back and you got to be like, all right, let's take evidence in this crime scene. All right, this 5 of Cups. What's here? So that's only day 1 of saying, show me this motherfucker, show me this motherfucker. Now, depending on how you into it, how you believe, gonna determine step 2. Because I done shit like that. I didn't sit here and said, okay, this shit was fucking freaky as shit. God damn it, this shit is real. I'm going up in this motherfucker like this. Now, granted, I tell you one thing. I didn't pull out no astrology book first. I didn't go and say, oh, this planet here or this planet there. I didn't do none of that shit. No, I didn't. I just did the shit. And when it happened, and the motherfucker was like, oh shit, this bitch see us, that shit fucked me up and I woke up out of my fucking sleep. And then from that point, step 2, I became strategic. So I created different things that I would go to sleep on. I began to evaluate the crime scene. And that's what Cups is all about. Cups is all about that creativity, that spark of that process. You know what I'm saying? How crazy can you go? And that's where the fucking world is, in the ether, right? That's the safest place. Now, if you want to cry and be like, oh, this shit right here, okay, is what it is. We all do it. I'm crying right now. I'm going through some shit around this motherfucker, like, y'all letting this fucking shit happen. Okay, I get that, but this shit still fucking happening. I'm going through it too. Don't feel like you're alone and going in your situation. And I ain't even trying to deflect or anything else. I'm trying to help in my own self to keep me rejuvenated, because a lot of people, when we talk, everything goes into the ether. So it's in the ether anyway. But it's like, you want to evaluate the crime scene because maybe you going through this money situation after you done a money spell. Like, for example, me. I done a fucking money spell and this shit worked, right? And then, like a few months later, I had this real shift hit me. See, this started putting me on the path of understanding why one of my soul contracts was fixed and why the other one was mutable. And the more that the mutable, since I was more engaged with the mutable, the more I stayed engaged with the mutable, and because I was empathic, I used to feed off of my empathic ability to discover this shit. And then I sit back and I be like, yo, she's a bad motherfucker. I felt like that would have been the worstest thing for me to do, was to ever underestimate my rival. So this is what I'm talking about. This is all about the joke and the rivalry. The universe can make fun of this shit. This is like fucking ether or the of the Roman time. I can't even get gladiators. Okay, there you go. Gladiators. This is like the fucking 300s in the ether. But it's just your soul and somebody else. But the energy that it takes out of your body is like a whole fucking movie scene. Like, that shit is heavy than a motherfucker. Especially when the other person can't even recognize whether you woke or you sleep. And y'all just up in the fucking ether. And then, you know, in my situation, I got somebody who want to be the top motherfucker. So no matter what comes their way, they going to transform it to the point they going to still be that bad bitch. So it's like no use. So you got to really figure out, like, in a situation of yours, it's probably no use for real. And that's why it's telling you, go into the ether with that shit, right? Because it's one of these no use situations. You and this person never met. Just like me and that person never met. We never met at all. But it's not going to stop that person from being like, what right? See, the tug of war of games like this with the university is, what right do I have to tell another motherfucker how to live their life that I haven't seen? See, you got to find the creative process and find your own pathway. That's the main key into dramatic issues that the universe write for us. To keep us busy every day. Like, it's a reason why she needs to feel like, and I know this, it's her characteristics, but it's not my place to say, oh, fuck, bitch. Yo, energy keep fuck every time you fuck with this motherfucker. I get caught up in y'all fucking stupid ass shit, and I ain't even fucking thinking about y'all motherfuckers. Bitch, I'm about as just as intelligent as your motherfucking ass, but no, bitch, you just gotta be the top bitch around this motherfucker. You just gotta be the top bitch. God damn, can you fucking just consider the fact that is other motherfuckers in the fucking storyline? Can you consider, like, look at the fucking world. It is more than one fucking ant. It's always been more than one roach. It always been more than fucking one. Like, that's why they invented multiplication, motherfucker. Like, god damn. You just saying fucking the basic math shit. You just saying fucking addition. You know, that'd be real fucked up. But I ain't gonna say that shit didn't feel good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say having those moments don't feel good. But what I'm saying, at the end of the day, I'd be like, all right, universe. Whew. And then release some of the pressure. Like, for real. I know I'm making my own decisions. I understand that it's nothing but energy. I understand that. But I'm just trying to say, at the same time, I'm not going to sit around this motherfucker and let another motherfucker goddamn it drain me because this motherfucker is after her fucking success and don't give a fuck about what way she interpret any fucking thing. I'm not going to do that. I'm not. And that's why the Five of Cups is here. I'm not going to let them do it. But I'm not going to sit back and cry about nothing because it's not going to be too much to cry about because I set it up to the point that we just going to always stay in a tennis match. I know that now. I know that this energy is going to be like a sports limit. So it's at this point in time that I look at the universe and I be like, okay, so we're going to just keep the sport games going on and on for the rest of the world, right? That's why, you know, y'all gonna take our energy and transform it up in the ether. It's like, you know, it's in another way to put it that people might have a hard time visualizing. When you want to be in your car, whether it's a Tesla or whether it's a gasoline type car, you know, you still plugging it up to get charged. And you still putting gasoline up in it to get charged. Point blank. Everything needs a charge. And that's the thing about the digital magical world that we get going into. You got to understand where the rivalry is and that certain motherfuckers going to be in your life. And with that shit being mutable for that person, but I'm a fixed sign, it could mean that it's not the fact that that person going to always be in my life because they haven't. But this person is going to play in and out roles because it's something that has awoken up. And it's not nothing that's going to put it to sleep except the universe. And when that time comes, I know I feel it because I feel everything else that get disconnected. But, I mean, I'm saying you could, depending on where you at, how you want to go about it. Because it's like I said, motherfuckers be like, bitch, fuck that shit. That's just like, did everybody say fuck that shit? That Tarzan shit had to be a fake ass story. Everybody say that story was faker than a motherfucker, right? So, when it comes to this Five of Pentacles, that's like, fuck that shit, fuck that shit. Hey. Now, the Ace of Imps is the little dancing spirits. Ace of Wands. The little dancing spirits. Now I'm going to get a 2-card clarification for the Five of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups. And then I'm going to wrap this message up. Alright, I have a 2-card clarification for the 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups. I have a 2-card clarification for the cards here. So I let out a whole bunch of them. The main one that first came out, so I guess it's going to be like a base all off of the foundation, right? The 4 of Wands. See the 4 dancing spirits that's right there? So that's what I'm saying. My foundation of my shit is all about the soul contract I have with somebody. Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, me and this person have ran across each other because of this person in past lives. But this lifetime, no, we haven't ran across each other. So, I'm telling you that I could honestly relate to it. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this weird fucking energy. And it, you know, when we talking about how deep the rabbit hole goes, and like I put in the other Uranus video when I say that the universe will be fucking with you and stuff like that. This is the kind of fuck with you kind of energy right here. That goes on with the universe because who the fuck really want to like find a soul contract and not only, oh, we got a whole tell of this shit here. Oh man. So I also got to deal with a motherfucking female that got a grudge against me. Then the first part I had to figure out was to go through my archives record. So in the ending of it, I mean, some people still got the same characteristics. Some people act like they cool with you the whole time, but they don't know why they cool with you for real. And I'm just serious. Looking into my archives record, I could never figure out what was cool, why she was cool with me. I couldn't even figure out why I was cool with her. And maybe not figuring out why I wasn't is the reason why I could cope with what's going on. So there are so many different pathways to what is going on. So then we have also that came out. We have the Page of Imps. We have the Ace of Ghosts. We had a 10 of Pumpkins. And we had a Page of Pumpkins. So, the 10 of Pumpkins could be, you know, in a reading like this. I need to hurry up and wrap it up. See, these videos just be longer. But anyway, the 10, what was I at? The Page of Pumpkins. Hold on, what was I at? Let's look at the Ace of Cups. Okay, the Ace of Cups is more or less like You finding your process. Like I say, you could create your own date of birth, whatever those answers is, the Page of Pentacles, the effort in the work, the judgment. When it's talking about the Justice card, I feel like even though this is a confirmation about the Eight of Cups and everything, but it's spit out so many cards, it feels like it's giving me a closing message. So that's the way I'm running this. It feels more like a closing message. So the Page of Pentacles is almost like that Justice and the Chariot up in reverse, right? Especially when we have both of them looking this way, right? They're looking forward. They're looking for the future, right? They're moving ahead. So it's going to be like this energy is going to play its role. Put it in a conscious flux with it. Meaning that I had to figure out why the universe, like, I said, okay, y'all gonna keep sports games living off of our ether. So when both our desires clash at one time, this is what y'all gonna absorb off of it. So, you know, it's like going to the dentist and, going to the doctor and get some blood work done. But it don't feel like that because we live in life. You know what I'm saying? Life, you got real emotions, real life situations that's going on. But that's what that is talking about. And that's why it wraps up with bringing out also the Ten of Pentacles that's came out with the main theme card with the Four of Wands. It's not the fact, like, we all play a role and we defining our purpose. Whenever we on our spiritual journey, our purpose and our answer is going to unfold before us and manifest in a way that is accordingly going to manifest into. And we can't front and act like things is not a thrill ride. A relationship haven't been the best. Having kids, being a mother, being a father, being an aunt, being a sister, no matter how much is annoying. Whether you dropped out of school, whether you're the best hustler on the block. We all have our things that we put up and say we the baddest motherfucker in the world. And so it's not no use to ever forget the foundational part of what make us a common collectiveness. You know, even what we in the pursuit of happiness on this in this United States. You know, you hear the pursuit of happiness, the prime freedom. It's supposed to be the home of the free, the home of the brave, right? So consider all the ideologies that's here. It's foundational. So what you're going through is helping you experience life. So don't try to act like you trying to be too good that you can't experience life. I mean, the pain and shit is that serious. Like I said, you didn't see me snap on this bitch. So they go the Two of Wands, right? So like I'm trying to say, it's that bipolar. The Two of Wands is just representing the bipolar shit that's up in the motherfucker, right? Who the fuck? I mean, I'm on my spiritual shit, and I do have my conversations, but I'm just as rude as that. So keep your shit real in the spiritual ether with your shit. Your rival gonna keep it real whether you are. I mean, shit, if both of y'all praying for success, a healthy family, a healthy body in life, and it's a storyline with shit, this shit gonna turn out the way it is. So either get on your A game or don't get on your A game. And this is how the divine universe will play a fuck with you kind of game.